Hey, I'm Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. And joining me now, it is Justyna, who is the curator of the Polish Arts Festival. How are you keeping?
Hi, Megan. Lovely to be here with you today. I'm very good.
It's so exciting to think that there's an arts festival. It's happening from the 16th to the 19th of September. So quite a few days, action-packed, I've got no doubt.
Absolutely, and we're absolutely thrilled that we're back and we are able to see our audience and meet our audience again after a tremendously long year. And this year we have a lot to offer, and we're going online and we're going in person. So it's a hybrid. Based on last year's experiences, we decided to also keep in touch with our online audience. So that's really a good thing from looking back at things. And yeah, it's going to be in the Hunt Museum, Belltable, Lime Tree Theatre. So all those three venues will be packed with amazing events. Including workshops, including audio stories and podcasts and film screenings. And a very important thing to mention is that the festival celebrates 14th year in Limerick now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of and it marks, this year we mark in centenary of a birthday of Stanisław Lem, who is probably mostly known sci-fi Polish author in the world. And he's a father of Solaris. So people probably know the film Solaris, and he wrote the novel. So because this year it's his year, we are having a beautiful program of events for adults and for children, including audio stories that will be available from the 17th of September up until the 15th of October. So our online content would stay a bit longer, including stories and podcasts about Lem. And those stories are directed by Kamila Dydina and performed by Georgina Miller and myself. So they're bilingual, one in Polish, one in English, and the same with the podcast to accompany the story. One will be in Polish and one in English to just give it to our audiences that are bilingual.
It's absolutely incredible. And, 14 years having this festival in Limerick, like that is just mind-blowing. And can you think back maybe to the earlier years and how it has developed? And as you said, going now to being this hybrid online and in person, just shows it's grown and grown every year.
Absolutely. We have started very humbly in 2007, and it was mainly the exhibition of Polish artists creating an island. And that was our idea, just to show a Polish person, not only from the perspective of a worker, but also an artist, a person that contributes to the cultural scene. And that has started very, very humbly. And then we started growing, getting funding from the Polish Embassy, from Limerick City and County Council. And then it was just expanding more, but always there was a community at the heart of it. We always had community and local artists at the heart of it. And now this year we were very delighted to get funding from the Arts Council Ireland. And so we were able to commission some work, which is amazing, because then we can show more and engage more with the artist. And there's other funders like JP McManus, like Creative Island, like Homes Assist, and Polski Quote and RR Financial Services. So thank you so much for supporting us and believing in us, because without you, we wouldn't to do it all. And we work hand in hand this year with Lime Tree Theatre and Belltable. So a lot of events are happening there, including a film screening of I Never Cry, which is a Polish-Irish production about a girl that needs to go to Ireland to recover the body of her late father. And a lot of things are happening there. So there is discussion about diversity, about migrants. Very, very interesting film of Piotr Kowalewski, and that's in Belltable on a Saturday at 8 p.m. And Culture Night on Friday in Belltable. We'll see two concerts, because we actually now are repeating the concert. So at 6 p.m. we have Sandra Maria and Emigi, and that would be very ambient and relaxing music. And the same one will happen at 9 p.m. So that's culture night with us. Book that because, as you know, spaces are limited. Nowadays, everything is limited. So if you want to get in-person experience, I suppose don't wait and just act. But for Stanislav Lem as well, we have family screenings in the Bell Table as well at 2 p.m. So that would be animations, original animations from the 70s.
Wow.
So that would be, that is something very interesting for people that love to see, the original ones. So that's very interesting. And before that, in the Hunt Museum, we have amazing parent workshop with Leslie Ryan Hurley. So she, after a year in a pandemic, we thought we want to connect families together on a different level, not only homeschooling, but doing something creative together. So Leslie Ryan Hurley with her Happy Arts workshop will be there in the gardens, and you're more than welcome to join us for it. And there's more, because there's more workshops. We have voice workshops, music workshops, traditional Polish music, a hybrid of a Celtic and Polish. Then we have klapok and polka in a bubble. We have Irish dancing session. And and also meeting with Dara Martin, a novelist that wrote a book, Future Popes of Ireland. So we will be talking about it, how Ireland has changed, referring also to the situation in Poland at the moment, and how can that relate, going back and forth, and how those two countries can be compared with each other, and where we are at, especially with the changes that are happening in Poland, and a lot of people on the streets with different agenda. And there will be a presentation of work in progress, very interesting one, called FEMA Voices, where we talk about female autonomy, also in the spectrum of the changes, also referring to kind of situation in Poland and Ireland, how that has changed. And this is my piece of work, supported by the Arts Council and directed by Alex Roszak. And that will be online premiere. So
amazing. So more people can tune in. But it must be great, because there's such a strong and amazing Polish community in Limerick. And you probably needed that more than ever in the last year, when you couldn't just fly home to visit family. And, we all had to stay at home, and we all, for like the likes of, it's like, I couldn't even travel down to Galway, but for you, for the Polish community, you couldn't see family or friends who were so far away. You couldn't get on a plane just as easily. So that must have been really difficult. But also then having your community here, and such a strong community built up in Limerick, must have been so great for everyone, for people who are homesick.
Absolutely. It's been very difficult here. Like I myself, I haven't seen my family now for 2 years. And this is kind of heartbreaking when you have kids and they have grandparents and all that. So, Poland is not that far, but you need to fly. Yeah. So I think the pandemic wasn't equal to, for all. It's been, I think, a bit more difficult for people that don't have families in nearby, and especially if you're kind of dependent on international flights. Yeah. So it's been quite a tough year. And last year, even when the festival was cancelled in person, we decided to go ahead online just to connect with the audience. Yeah. And we were going for 3 days, and the engagement was over 17,000.
Wow.
So we were amazed how many people wanted to get in touch and be part of it, maybe for the first time. And it wasn't just Ireland, it wasn't just Poland, it was Canada, it was US, it was Netherlands, and it was even China or Kazakhstan. And we were like, oh my God, when we looked at the stats. So we said, we definitely have to keep going with the online experience in some way, as much as we can. But I'd say people were and are just so much craving for in-person experience, that even though the places are limited, we just, you just really want to have that experience again. And you want to go into the theater, you want to go into the cinema, you want to go to the museum and see the exhibition. We have amazing exhibition of Adriana Laube, and the theme of her exhibition is transformation, the golden path. And she created it after spending over a month in hospital with COVID and, you know, going through different stages of it. And the outcome of it, you can see in the Hunt Museum from the 16th of September to the 15th of October, and also in Beltane Foyer until the 30th of September. So that exhibition will be split.
That is just wonderful. As I said, like there's so much happening. As you said, it is extending on. And I love that you're keeping the online now too, because you can connect again with all these people all over the world, which I think that's the one great thing that I've noticed even with my work, is that we can now connect with people that live in all corners of the world because of Zoom and the likes, which is brilliant. And it means now that you can now bring the festival to even more people. So hopefully by next year, when things are completely back to normal, you can have more people flying in from Poland and further afield just for the festival. I think it's wonderful. And I should remind people the website is polishartsfestival.ie. As we said, it's kicking off the 16th of September across the Hunt Museum, the Lime Tree and Beltane, and of course online as well. Justyna, is there any social media accounts that we can follow as well?
Oh yes, please follow our Twitter account at Polish Arts Festival and our Facebook account. So for all the updates and information, but our website would be the first place to go if you want to see what's on and book your tickets or just engage with us. But social media definitely, and use the hashtag PAF2021 Lemsier. We're looking forward to learning from you. What was your experience of the sci-fi author? And for kids as well, because the two audio stories are directed at kids, but Lem is not just for kids. It's such a philosopher and such an interesting writer that when you listen to those stories, they're so funny and so clever. So I'm sure it's not only for kids.
And of course, as we mentioned, get your tickets fast, because a lot of the events are, of course, selling out. And if you want that in-person experience, you need to get them sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
Justyna, absolute pleasure chatting to you in the Limerick Post Show, and we look forward to seeing more from the Polish Arts Festival. And of course, we'll be following hopefully online and maybe in person as well.
You're very welcome to join us, and thank you so much for having me today.